Leading the news, though, you'll love this, Lauren, I have no idea why, is a new study on ecosexuality. Did you know that was a thing? So, yeah, it's
I didn't want to know that was a thing.
What's having
I feel
sex,
like you're going to tell me anyway.
I am. With the Earth. Yeah, the Earth, taking the Earth as a lover raises a number of legitimate concerns regarding non-human consent as well as sexuality. This comes from Sage Journal.
Good Lord.
Seems like it would. It seems like this would raise a lot of questions. I've heard of objectum sexuals, like that lady who married the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
But there's an actual trend now because someone, I guess, a tree. People now have been falling in love with trees,
so
tree
mentally
huggers.
Unstable.
Well, that's what you say. So this is the new progressive frontier. This is where we are. And we actually now go live to a press conference being held by a representative from the other side of the spectrum who disagrees with them. Their spokesperson is about to take the podium.
Thank you for coming as an ambassador of the Tree 2 movement, a personal survivor of ecosexual assault, and a self-professed strong fembotanist. I am appalled at the lack of compassion, self-awareness, or accountability as it relates to the ongoing sexual abuses of my treeple without consent, largely because they cannot consent. This has been an ongoing struggle, which treeple Americans sadly learned to live with, but with the recent events occurring at Kevin Spacey's nursery and the widely publicized herbicide of Harvey Weinstein's potted ficus, we can no longer stay silent. Because that plant had a name. His name was Ficus. Ficus Morningwood. He was my friend. And for fear of the ramifications, to my everlasting shame, I stayed quiet. But not anymore. We will be silenced no more. The Tree 2 movement is here to be heard and here to stay. I will now open the floor for any questions you may have. Yes.
Bro, is your name really Hardwood?
I don't know what they were expecting. I don't know what Lauren was expecting. Her face did this.
Something other than what she's hearing, I think. You should have known better, Lauren. Sorry.
You had a point,
it's
Gerald.
Definitely your fault.
Flip along, brother.
So
I've regretted coming here since the moment I touched
yeah,
it.
Yes,
exactly.
I apologize.
So going back to yesterday's conversation, where exactly would the front hole be?
With a tree?
On the Earth.
Well, explain context for people who don't know.
I said going back to yesterday. They can.
Not everyone knows. Not everyone has joined Mug Club because there's a bunch of poor asses out there on YouTube who can't afford $69 a year, which is a problem.
Which is definitely a problem. Stop doing the Starbucks.
Okay, anyway. Lauren, do Gerald's job for him. What's the context of front hole?
I have to be the one to explain this.
Yeah.
I get to explain front hole. And what
You are privileged with the task of explaining it.
Well, friends, you must know by now that using the proper terms for genitals is a very offensive thing to do because not everyone can have vaginas. So
I thought you were going to avoid saying it.
I was going to, and then I realized I couldn't. My brain was going. It was like going through words, scrolling, and I'm like, nope, I got nothing.
I really thought you were going to avoid it. Yes.
This was not my fault.
So we covered it yesterday. They want us to call them front holes.
Yes.
Yeah, front holes. And you know what? We're probably not gonna. In other news, Jon Stewart, by the way, came to the aid of two goats on the run in Brooklyn. This comes from the New York Post. The comedian turned farmer rescued the two rogue goats caught running around on the N train tracks. So the two goats were actually taken to an upstate sanctuary where this is a feel-good story. They're going to be taken care of, cared for, well-fed, then groomed and given a late-night talk show.
Donald Trump is a piece of bah. Michael Cohen can suck my bah. And I hope Paul Manafort gets in by the bah.
I don't even know which context those beliefs would be necessary. It also almost seems like someone writing this program is horribly confused between goats and sheep. Or that's all we had the wardrobe for. Thank you, Lauren, for tolerating. By the way, hit the notification bell, join Mug Club, or subscribe on iTunes if you want to listen to this audio on the go. That was a good Samantha Baa. I'm pleasantly surprised.
It's going to come back to haunt me.
It will. Don't ever run for office.